Welcome back and now tune into the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws in the building. I'm solo dolo. Today we gotta talk, people. We gotta talk. Every year we going through the same thing. We talking about these prospects. We looking at it, and I just needed to be documented because people look at us crazy. Oh, y'all know what y'all talking about. Oh, y'all race baiting. Oh, y'all. We gonna kill all that. If you produce and you cook and you're legit and I look at the game tape and you doing work, I'm gonna give you your props. I don't care if you black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, whatever. If you're a cooker and it's undeniable. But I'm tired of every single year watching these prospects get bumped up the board for no reason. They're not better than other prospects that are being considered. The game tape is not showing it. And every year we tell y'all who these guys that be blowing smoke that aren't it. And it's like, but then when they show up on the field and be trash, y'all be like, nobody wants to say nothing. Nobody wants to say nothing. So I'm here. We're going to talk about it. 2017, Mitchell Trubisky. We told y'all he was some sauce. When you looked at the game film back in 2017, you saw a lot of different plays and inaccuracies and all of these things that is just like at the next level, it just not going to be there. And while Mitchell Trubisky, if Aaron was on the show, he'll tell you straight up. He'll tell you straight up he trash. I'm not going to consider. We use trash loosely over here. Trash doesn't mean that you can't play football at all. Trash just means that you're not living up to expectations, especially when you're drafted in the first round with the second pick. You cannot be a backup out here drafted that high. And so when you drafted that high, you're supposed to be the best quarterback in the draft at that time. 2017, you got Mitchell Trubisky going number 2. You got Pat Mahomes, probably the greatest quarterback ever, going at number 10. And the thing is, during that draft, you can go back and check the tapes. We told y'all who was the best quarterback in the draft. We said it's Pat Mahomes. And for whatever reason, all his accolades, all the special things that he could do was just overlooked. And he was doing it in college too. So it's not like he wasn't doing it. It's like, oh, we didn't know Pat Mahomes. The dude showed special in college. And here they went with this pedestrian Bama over here and Mitchell Trubisky at number 2. Didn't make any sense to us, and it still doesn't. And now you're seeing that it was a dumb move. 2018, you had Sam Darnold. How does 26 touchdowns and 13 INTs get you picked number 3 in a draft with none other than Lamar Jackson? Is in his draft. First of all, again, when we did the evaluations, we told you that a lot of the throws that Sam Darnold was getting away with, he's not going to get away with it at the next level. That his arm was not that strong and that he was just going to have problems being a starter in the NFL. And sure enough, he's had problems being a starter in the NFL. A lot of it has to do with the system you go to and, team you playing for. But when the expectations are high because you're likely going to be on a sorry team, the expectation is you cook. Sam Darnold wasn't a cooker. You can cook in college. A lot of dudes who cook in college is not going to translate to the next level. And we saw it. Another dude they propped up the board, Josh Allen. You can say he's an exception to the rule because he did come in the league. First year, he was some trash. So we're not even going to hold you, right? Depending, if Josh Allen was a black quarterback, he might not even be what he is now because he wouldn't have got an opportunity to be this, right? He failed at the beginning. Then he finally got his shine and he figured it out. But during the draft in 2018, there's no way in the world you could tell me he was better than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson led the NCAA in rushing. He led it in rushing. So it baffles me how these guys just get propped up the board so easily without when the game tape show you who's the most athletic, who's the best quarterback. And I'm not saying Josh Allen's not good. Josh Allen is good. I mean, if Aaron was here, he'd probably be like, he's not that good. He turns the ball over a lot. He has issues, but I feel like if you draft a Josh Allen 7 pick, you can rest easy. He's still on the same team that drafted him, so he panned out. Okay, but in reality, he shouldn't have been here. He shouldn't have been drafted over Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson got drafted by the Ravens with the last pick in the draft. So then we come down to 2019. Y'all starting to see a trend? These mediocre dudes who can't bust a grape just getting propped up the board. How was this dude getting picked 6th overall? And I know y'all like, well, no, there was other quarterbacks in that draft that did. We not talking about them. We talking about the guys that shouldn't have been picked this high in the top 10. We told you Daniel Jones was not the guy and was not it. And then they trotted him out there, and look what you get. You getting a up and down product. Bama started the year, and they was regretting giving him the signing, and then end up. I'm not even going to speculate on people's injuries and stuff because that's a serious bill. When people get hurt, they injured and stuff like that. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. It just he's not it. In the franchise, I don't know how long they're going to go through this song and dance with him before they realize that he's not it. But again, through the evaluation, you can see he's not it. But surely enough, at Duke, somehow they just prop this guy up, put him up on the top of the board. I don't know how. I don't know how. 2019, who was in that draft? 2019, Daniel Jones ended up going over. He ended up getting picked over Dwayne Haskins. He ain't paying out. Who else is in this draft? Quarterback wise. Drew Lock. Daniel Jones, not even better than Drew Lock. And again, it took Drew Lock some time to even just be a solid backup. So get him out of here. Then we had 2021. My God. Listen, I had to be on the group chats. Bama slandering me. Dog, you don't know what you're talking about. Zach Wilson got an arm. He like that, dog. He gonna be nice with the Jets. They gonna be good. They gonna be there. Y'all already know the liking I had with the relationship I had with the Jets. I always think they're gonna be trash. It don't matter who they got, dog. It don't matter who they have. They're gonna be trash forever. And they got Zach Wilson, and everybody's, oh, young, he gonna be. And granted, Zach Wilson coming out of college at BYU, he had the numbers, dog. He had receivers running butt naked, wide open downfield. And we said when we were doing the evaluation, like, he hasn't really been tested. And when he was tested, it looked real shaky. And we were like, nah, I don't think you want to make that move and sign a Zach Wilson with that high of a pick, with those expectations and all of that. Sure enough, Bama turned out to be a scrub, dog. We told you, though. We told you. And I mean, you probably could say, well, who are the quarterbacks in that draft? I mean, they had Trevor Lawrence, who went number 1. You had Trey Lance, who just, hasn't been able to pan out. So you're not better there. Justin Fields. But we actually had Justin Fields, right? Justin Fields is at least making it a hard, tough decision for the Chicago Bears if they want to move on or not. And it's evident that Justin Fields has talent and is way more talented than Zach Wilson. It's not even up for debate. The Jets would give their right breast to have Justin Fields on their team right now, dog. It's not even comparable. And the fact that he got jolted up the draft this high, it just makes no sense to me. Yo. He going to pro day, throwing the ball. Everybody, his arm is amazing. Blah blah blah. We're like, dog. I don't care what Bama do in a practice setting. Dog, I look like Randall Cunningham. You put me in a indoor gym and just let me throw to open receivers down the field, bro. It just come on, man. When we looked at the evaluation, we said, don't pass the smell test. Don't do it. He's not the best guy. What they do? They did it, and now they're regretting it. Set their franchise back. And here this brings me to this. This is the main reason why we're here today. This is the main reason because as a Commanders fan with the number 2 pick, you keep seeing these number 2 picks, guys that are getting pushed up the board that aren't it. And here we have another one. I'm just being honest with you, people. A lot of people going, dog, you just, because he's a white quarterback, you just don't want to see him shine. And it's like, no, bro. Look at the game film. Look at the game tape, and you'll see what I'm talking about. He makes a lot of throws that you cannot make at the NFL level. The off the back foots, the trying to shake pressure and throw while Alabama's tackling you, trying to throw the football at the same time. The gimmicky, oh, I got the ball in my left hand, but I'm getting tackled, but I'm gonna just shove it down the field. Like, people are enamored with this stuff when it works in college football because it's entertaining. You're like, oh yeah, the dude can do a lot of stuff. And granted, I've been critical of like other quarterbacks too, like Caleb Williams, who is, we're just gonna keep it 100, is far better than Drake Maye, from a prospect standpoint. But like even the stuff that he does with trying to escape pressure and stuff, you're gonna have to get that out of a system because it's not going to work at the next level. Drake Maye has inaccuracy issues. And I'm telling you right now, please mark my words, somebody won't, you know how the internet save everything. You're going to pull this up and be like, oh, this dude, how he know? It's because I watched the tape and he's not that good of a quarterback. I'm going to tell you right now, because, you know, when you have receipts, people going to bring the receipts up, whether you're wrong or right. If I'm wrong, I guarantee they're going to bring the receipts up. But when I'm right, yeah, ain't nowhere to be found. Ain't nobody going to say nothing. But I'm telling you right now, right, it's going to be, you're going to see when he goes to whatever team he goes to, I pray it's not the Washington Commanders, dog, because it's going to be bad. That he's going to have issues with the transition, and it's not going to look the same. And what I'm telling you is that when you invest this high in a guy, just like they did Zach Wilson, they're playing a guy and don't even want to play him, but they just feeling like we're just trying to like get as much out of get as much juice out of the squeeze, or much squeeze out of the juice, or whatever we can get out of this dude. We just trying to get out of it. So we got to play him, because they made a mistake because their evaluators didn't know what they were doing. And they should have just hired us and we could have helped them pick the right guy. But they didn't do that. And then they end up in this situation. And the Commanders can end up in this situation as well if they decide to draft Drake Maye over a Caleb Williams or a Jaden Daniels. It's just a flat out fact. And you can say this guy, he has arm talent, this and comparing him to this. They're going to tell you whatever to try to sell you the cheese. They're going to tell you whatever. You're going to look at the game tape. You're going to see some positive things. Now, when I say he's going to not pan out, I'm not saying that he's going to be utter trash and won't be able to like play football. I mean, Drew Lock is still in the league. He's still an NFL quarterback, but he ain't elite. And that's all I'm saying. He's not elite. And when you got a team, you're picking at the top of the draft, and you're like desperate for winning for your franchise, you cannot afford to get a guy who's not elite and bring him in and then be trying to hope and pray that this Bama pan out at the number 2 pick because you wasted the pick on this guy who's not elite. You have to go with elite. Drake Maye will potentially can be a solid quarterback. But when your team is solid is not good enough. Solid is not good enough, dog. You need elite quarterback play in this league to even have a chance at being anything, right? So I'm going to say it again as clear as I can. I know y'all going to say the receipts. Drake Maye will be a bust. And a bust in the sense that He's not going to live up to the expectations if he's drafted in the top 10 picks, period. If he's drafted top 10, he's not going to live up to it. The expectation that it's going to be around him potentially going to a bad team is going to be too high. The stakes are going to be too high. All the things that need to happen just are, if they happen, I was wrong. But what I'm saying is, I'm watching the game film, I'm looking at the tape, and my eyes don't lie, dog. It's a lot of stuff that's bad. And you're looking at the numbers don't it doesn't scream to me like, oh, this guy's elite and you overlooking him. Can he throw the football? Yes, he can throw the football. Does he have a decent arm? Yes, I think he has a decent arm. But so does Sam Howell. He got a decent arm too. But you see what happens when you in the NFL and Bama's is trying to feed their family. It's not a walk in the park, and it's different. And so all the stuff, athleticism and elite talent, what looks elite to many people in the college football game is not elite in the NFL. But I'm going to tell you this. Caleb Williams has elite ability, I believe, and Jaden Daniels has elite ability, right? And if I had the pick that the Washington Commanders pick, and you likely aren't going to be able to get Caleb Williams, then I'm picking Jaden Daniels, and I'm not picking Drake Maye. I'm telling you, the Commanders cannot draft Drake Maye. It will be a tough day. I'm trying to tell you. And you're going to have the media here trying to cook up and basically, it's the same old story. Oh, you got to give them time, and you got to let them. It's a growing pain, growing year, and X, Y, and Z, and that's what losers do. That's what losers do. Don't got time for that. CJ Stroud ain't come in and the excuses. No, come right in and get it done. If you're elite, that's what it looks like. And the fact is, last year we told you who was elite. We said CJ Stroud is elite. He has all the physical tools and he's elite. You need to pick him. Houston was smart enough to know they have good evaluators in their building. If the Washington Commanders make the mistake, and granted, I'm gonna tell y'all because I'm the only voice. Matter of fact, I'm not the only voice. My team and Aaron and D and the evaluators we got on our squad, we're the only people going to tell you this. This is the only place you're going to hear this. ESPN, everybody going, no, Drake Maye, he's this, boom, boom, boom. They're going to show you the highlights, this guy, boom, boom. They're going to maybe throw in some tidbits, some things you need to work on, stuff like that. The pro day going to come out, and they're going to Drake Maye, this guy, boom, boom. He has elite on-time. He reminds me of Justin Herbert. And, this guy, just like Justin Herbert came in, blah, blah, blah. Bro, they're going to tell you all of that. But I'm going to tell you the truth. He's just a guy, dog. He's just a guy. There's a lot of quarterbacks who came out. People thought they had elite athleticism and arm talent. People thought that about Drew Lock. People thought that about a lot of quarterbacks. Zach Wilson, oh yeah, his arm talent, elite, this, and that. Boom, boom, boom. Scrub. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Do not draft Drake Maye if you to watch the Commanders. Now, if you 12 through 32, 31, you can draft Drake Maye. Because that means that the expectations will probably be lower for him. He'll likely go to a better team that could accommodate his growth and the things that need to happen with his growth. And so before y'all even hit me with because I know how y'all like to do, y'all, he get drafted, 13th, 12th or whatever, and then he pans out and he's actually good. And be like, see, he's good. You was wrong, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dog, chill out, bro. I'm saying, if you're drafted top 5, he's not top 5. Because the circumstances is different when you're playing for those teams. If he like 12, 15 through 30, like, okay, those teams are a little bit different because those teams have a little bit more, and they may not be elite teams, but they're not bottom of the barrel. If you bottom of the barrel, you need the most elite capability out of your quarterback, and Drake Maye has a lot of deficiencies. A lot of deficiencies. So that's the word. I mean, people going, I know y'all, oh, you don't know what you're talking. Look at the game film. They come holler at me. I know it looks spectacular. I know it looked nice and glossy on film when he breaking tackles and doing all this stuff, throwing downfield and stuff like that. But I'm talking about his live passes laid behind receivers, his passes where, he off the back foot and he just lobbing it up, playing throw up tackle. It's Jones where he getting tackled and he throwing the football. Like, that does not fly at the next level, people. It does not fly. So tap in. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, go ahead and put the comment. Give me your analysis. Tell me what you think. If you think I'm off base with this, you think the OSS crew, like, oh, y'all know what y'all talking about. Let us know. What's your thoughts? But I'm telling you, the Commanders, that's the worst thing that they could do is draft Drake Maye over Jaden Daniels or over Caleb Williams. I'm out.